Hello.
Yeah. So yeah, Mr. Suham. So I think you can start your presentation. I will present the screen for you. Yeah, so that you can yeah I can you can talk about
Definitely,
your
sir.
project.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can present it. I will just talk about what I built with
Yeah.
Kriya
Sure.
KV260
Yeah.
board.
So this is
Correct.
the screen.
So,
Yeah.
correct. So this is my project. It's all about preventing bird strike at airport with Kriya KV260 board. It's all about machine learning vision AI project. So the inception of making this project was uh, the bird strikes occur, like there are 10,000 bird strike which happens in a year, which totals to like 26 bird strike in a day, which is like a huge as compared to the accident that happened with aviation sector. So actually, I'm into aviation. I do flight simulation. I'm an enthusiast. So I thought, why not to build a project that is solving a real life problem. So so that's why I built this Vision AI project, which is preventing bird strike with uh, Kriya KV260 board at airports. So for this project, I used this Kria KV260 board from Xilinx. I interface it with this Logitech Brio 4K webcam, and I deployed my machine learning logic onto the DPU core of KV260 board. As you can see in this photo, this is my basic setup. Like there is a Logitech 4K webcam with uh, Kria KV260 board, and the good thing about this Kria KV260 board is that it can sample our footage at 4K 60 frame per second, which is really great. And if you can see at the top, sir, could you please scroll at the top? There's a photo of a bird, bird damage. Yeah, this is the photo. So usually, the bird strike occur at the airport whenever the aircraft are either taking off or landing. So it creates a really very dangerous situation to both airplane and the crew on board, and also it like creates a very huge financial loss to both like company or any chartered plane that is operating by any individual pilots. So it's a very, for example, just for example, I want to give you the cost of Airbus A320 engine is around like 100 crores. If you can convert it into dollars, then it's like $10 million for one engine. And suppose if the
Oh.
bird got ingress into the engine, then there's a $10 million got into like fire. It's all burnt away. So it's very crucial to like prevent the bird strike, especially at the like uh, very crowded or very busy airports like London Heathrow, Dubai, or maybe if you can ask for India, like Delhi, Mumbai. These are very busy airports. Every minute there is a landing or taking off going on. So this is the like background why I built this project. Why I got this idea, as I'm always looking to solve real world problems. That's why I built this project. Okay, so here's the documentation, like how you can replicate it. For example, um I so to build this or replicate this project, there are basically three steps. First of all, you have to set up the hardware. Second, you have to build the model, which in my case is bird detection. Whenever it's detecting a bird, then it's doing some action. And the fourth step is, sorry, the third step is the action. So in this case, what I'm doing, sir, could you please scroll down, scroll at the bottom? Yeah, uh, more down at the end, sir. Yeah, so please scroll down more. Again, scroll down. Yeah. So I use this relay module, and this is a solid state relay by Digilent, and just beneath that there is a bird whaler photo. So these are the conventional devices that are basically available across all the airports in the globe. So these are called bird whaler. What it do, it basically uh, it generates a distress sound, for example, a sound which birds really don't like it. And what it do, it just uh, keep the bird away from the airfield. So so right now what is going on, these bird whalers are they're programmed in such a way, like every 5 minutes or every 10 minutes they trigger this sound. So right now this is a passive measure, like let's say every 5 minutes 10 minutes they are creating the sound, but there is no foolproof mechanism which can trigger the sound when the birds are detected. So what I did, I just used the Kria KV260 board and interface it with relay module, and that relay module is conventionally connected with this uh, bird whaler. So you can retrofit this mechanism across any bird preventing measure that are present right now, and you can make the passive measure to an active one. So it's a very good way to prevent the bird strikes, because and also I have planned to make it foolproof. And how can I make it foolproof? I'm going to make a companion app for the ground ops and for the pilots. And for the ground ops, for example, there is a runways usually typically 3 kilometer long. So for example, birds are detected at some place. So first of all, the active automatic measure will automatically trigger the bird whaler and try to keep the bird away from that spot. If the birds are not uh, didn't go away, then it will trigger a message or flag to ground operations. They will rush to the spot with their vehicle and try to keep the bird away. They generally use the shotguns, lasers to distract the bird and keep them away. Even if suppose a aircraft is going to land, if the birds are not going, they are still present at the spot or the point of interest, then this system can flag a go around message to the pilots. So how I can interface that? I will use the conventional RT, the radio telephony that pilots use, or I can send it to the A cars or anything like that, and it will just tell the pilot to just go around, don't land, and it will just like I tested it with my the setup in a local airport, and the results are amazing. Sorry for I can't present you right now. Otherwise, I can show you the pictures. Yeah, this is the sample rate. This is the arena. Like you can see, the birds are detecting in the real time, and there's also arena one just above it. You can see. So this is how the birds are detected by this Kria KV260 board, and it will just trigger the actions that we needed to keep the birds away from it. So if you can go through this whole documentation, you can find all the links, code to replicate this project. And yeah, this is all about my bird detection with Kriya board and preventing bird strikes. Uh, if you want, you can also replicate this project, and I'm also actively working on this. And like maybe in the coming months, I'm going to roll out the version 2 of this with all the companion app that I talked about right now, and make it a foolproof. I can also I'm planning to collaborate with my local airports to implement it and fit this uh, like in the local arena, and test it just as a pilot project for my local airport. And if it's a success, then I will try to make it a complete built production ready product and deploy it across the major airports. That's the plan from my side.
Nice. I think this is a really interesting project, right? I think, yeah, initially I thought it's just detecting the bird, but I think,
Correct, sir.
yeah, you,
This photo is behind my backyard. I tested.
yeah, Okay, so and then you actually use this trigger to make it to I mean to make it more automatic lah instead of
Correct,
just
sir.
triggering.
These are the bird weller. These are like passive. Like there's a timer. You can set it for like 5 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute. It will automatically blow the siren or distress sound at 5 minute, 10 minute interval. So what I'm doing, along with that, I'm conventionally connecting it with a relay. So as soon as the birds are detected, it will trigger the sound. So this is
Mm,
my project all about like how you can make it a smart one. And
yeah.
it's actually very beneficial, or it's actually practically detecting and keeping the birds away.
Mm. Yeah, just a question from my side. Yeah, I haven't seen
Okay, so
whether the chat they have any question. Is that so for this how do you train the bird model?
correct.
Is
Okay,
it this one?
uh, correct. So for this particular project, I use the birds model from Vitis AI Zoo. This is a open source ML model by Wits AI from Xilinx. Now it's a part of AMD right now.
Oh,
So I use the bird model. There are various bird models that are present right now. So I just use the one that is available uh, on the Vitis AI. You can search Vitis AI and on the Google VITIS AI, and it has it has various models like bird detection, pedestrian detection, object detection. So I use
mm,
the one with the birds on it.
I see, I see. So it means the is a preview model by the Xilinx, is it with the bot, right?
Correct. It's
I
a
see.
preview model. Otherwise, you have to train the model on TensorFlow or Kafka, and you have to prune it, and you have to refine it. There are lot of steps that are documented on the Xilinx website. How you can use a custom built model. For example, you want a particular thing that is not available. You have to take the photos. You have to train that. So it is completely documented um, on the Vitis AI documentation. They have a very good documentation, very in depth.
I see. Thank you. Yep. So let me see if there's any questions from the attendees. Let me see. Hey, which airport you are talking about? Yeah. Yep. So I think I think this one which airport that you have test I mean trying out. I think you tested with some of the airport, right? Is it?
Uh, so what are you saying?
No, I mean which airport that you are trying out your this project.
Correct, sir. I'm actively working on this.
So currently you are testing on the airport in India, is it?
Correct, sir. I'm testing here in India only. So due to
Okay,
this COVID regulation, I'm not able to like test it fully fledged. But in the coming months, I'm like going to deploy it as a pilot project in my local airport where I'm living right now.
I see, I see.
Actually, my
Okay.
friend is a fighter pilot. He just told me that this year only he had two bird strikes, but luckily they both are on the fuselage, not in the engine ingress. So, but he's very glad that I built this project. He just told me that please share it with my team. I will try to deploy it on my particular airbase where he's flying right now. So he himself had two bird strikes. He's a military fighter pilot here in India.
I see that's interesting. Yeah, so we'll be following your project. I think yeah, with the future plan like the apps and also the deployment on the airport, right? So yeah,
Correct.
so
Either
for
app or I can make a custom. Maybe I can use Seed Viewer terminal to to display it to the ground ops. I can use the Seed Viewer terminal to make a custom like display for warnings that
mm,
birds are detected. So I can either use a companion app for Android, or maybe I can build a complete IoT device over Seed View Terminal or any other like these IoT dev board to just interface it with my logic and display it to the ground ops or maybe pilots. That's the
Yeah.
plan, the version 2
Okay.
of this project.
Yeah. So for this project, I mean, currently, are you the only one that working on this project?
Yes, for this particular project, I'm the only one. I'm completely developing it from scratch right now.
Nice. Yeah. So yeah, actually, Paul, yeah, actually just mentioned Amoeba Pro 2 actually sounds suitable for your this project. So maybe we can discuss more in the Discord about this Amoeba Pro 2, yeah, which I think will be very suitable for your this real time this for this audit detection, right? Yeah. Okay.
Correct,
So
sir.
yeah, but for your this project, are you opening up to collaborate with the community?
Definitely, sir. I'm looking forward for this collaboration. Like, if you can give me some suggestion, or you can help me out with this project or anything, I would be really grateful for that. Like, if the
Yeah.
community
Yeah,
can
I guess
help
yeah, I
me.
probably can yeah just initiate some of the discussion in the Discord to maybe like some of the help needed and so on. So that maybe if any of the community member either like designing PCBs or maybe some of the maybe Android apps development or that, I think yeah they will be able
Correct,
to
correct.
help
That
with
would be
their
great.
expertise. Yeah.
Correct, correct.
Yeah, I think that's really great. Yeah, with this project, which we have is indeed solving some real life problem is indeed I mean instead of just prototyping and maybe some just some fun project, right?
Definitely, sir. I'm like always looking forward to solve real world problem. Whatever. For example, during the COVID, I built a voice controlled elevator. Uh, So
Oh,
what I did, I just used M5 Stack Core 2. I deployed Alexa on it, and I interfaced that with servo motor. So what it's doing, like you can control the whole elevator. For example, you can say elevator open, the elevator turns open. And what I did, I just use a servo motor. I retrofit over the existing elevator button, and whenever I'm saying like elevator open, it's triggering the servo motor and just press the button of the elevator and the elevator open, and same thing happens inside. You can select the floor or anything with just your voice. So this is the project that I built to solve the real world problem during the COVID, because no one wants to touch the button at that period of time.
nice. Yeah, I just looked through your headset. I think yeah, it's also documented right there. Yeah, so
Correct, correct. It's also
let me
documented.
share. Yeah, let me share your headset link to the attendees. Yeah, so that
Definitely, sir. Also, I'm working on the version 2 of that project. In the version 2, it's all happening on the edge offline. So there is no need of like Alexa cloud, because in elevator you hardly get any internet access. That's why I'm using the Infineon board to deploy my voice controlled elevator logic on the edge.
nice. I think yeah, I just share your Hester. Yeah, so far you have the three projects. The first one is the one that you are sharing today, and then I think there's two more, right? Yeah. So I guess yeah, definitely I think the community will be able to learn more from you.
Correct, definitely. When this project got completed, I would love to share that. Like I can show the live demo on my on the elevator that is in my premises. So I'm looking forward for that as well. Like that time, I will show you like properly. Like today, due to some reason, I am not at my home. That's why these type of presentation going on. But sorry for the inconvenience. Sorry, I'm really sorry
It's
for that.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so it's always that we have other chances, so we can also keep the discussion ongoing on the Discord, so that yeah we can continue on the discussion instead of just after the webinar that all the learning stop, right? Yeah. So we didn't
Definitely,
know
sir.
so much
And
about your great project, right?
correct, correct. And and I can really appreciate you, sir, that the thing that you're doing for the community, it's really great. Like you are always into like community meetups. I'm really like very appreciate your work that you're doing for this IoT space. That's really great.
Mm. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so is there any questions from the attendees for Mr. Subham, right? I think is that correct for
Yeah,
the
it's
yeah.
Shubham Jaiswal. Shubham.
Okay, Subham, yeah. Okay, any other questions or maybe anything that you wanted to know from this session. Let me check the chat. So yeah, asking about the elevator project. So we have just shared the Hester link, and also Paul just shared the direct link to the project. Yeah, so okay, let me see which airport, and then yeah. Is there any other questions, or maybe any last thing that you wanted to share with the attendees right here?
Uh, yes, sir, that's all actually I want to say right now, because I don't have with my personal computer. I'm joining this with my phone, so I don't have the like images documentation that I want to share at this particular time. But yeah, this is all I want to know. Tell you about my project that I built. But
Yeah.
I'm looking forward for the second iteration. Maybe on that I will share you my elevator project, that voice controlled elevator project.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, so I have one question from Paul. So he asked about which part is the most difficult for this bird project. So while you are doing, I think it's not definitely not a smooth process, right? So which part will be the
Correct.
most challenging for you?
Correct. So first of all, the getting started part is very tedious task because earlier I got a IS camera with this particular Kria KV260 board. So
Okay.
in the IS camera there was some issue. I don't know what. So the footage was not. Uh, the footage from the camera was not going smooth. So later on, I just switched to Kria KV260 board. Also, the most tedious part of this is Vitis AI. It is a bit complicated. You have to read the documentation. You have to uh, like make the things right in order to work it. So in the Vitis AI part, where you train the model, where you deploy it to the DPU, deep processing unit of Kria KV260 board. So I think this Vitis AI deployment part is a bit tricky. Otherwise, overall, it's very easy to deploy any Vision AI application with Kria KV260 board without any prior FPGA experience that the company is saying. So overall, it's smooth, but that only the machine learning and training part is a bit tricky. I, I, I I must say, I would not say it's hard, but it's a bit tricky.
Mm. Yep. So I guess yeah, because you are learning this yourself, right? I'm curious what made the birds chase the plane. Yeah. So any thoughts on that? And yeah, because
Yeah, but correct, correct.
Jackie asked about that. What made the birds chase the plane, right? I'm also curious, right? If you see these photos, right?
Correct. So there are a lot of reasons why birds make their way into the aircraft. So the first thing is that the color of the aircraft. They always looking for the food and all. For example, there is an airfield. They always in a search of food. For example, maybe some like some seed or sort of that. So whenever they saw a bird, they generally rush to like see what is that, just see it. It's a normal human tendency, so as with the birds. So actually the main reason we all are like discovering why they make their way into the aircraft, but it's very common that uh, uh, they like sometimes makes their way into the aircraft.
I see. Yeah. I guess if let's say we just yeah, I think it's something new for me also because I never know that. I mean, usually when I bought the plane, I didn't realize there's I mean, I so much bird right here, but probably is it because of the airport, they probably well control it, so that's why I might not have so much bird right. Yeah.
Correct, sir.
Okay, let me see if there's. Oh, okay. Yeah, I made some just a quick Google. I think they mentioned that the uh tourism bird might fly in oh okay, no, I think that's a wrong one that I found. Yeah, but I think it's okay. Let probably let us find some reason for that, then we can share with the community. Yeah. Okay, I think that's a very interesting things also, how why the birds is following the I mean, chasing after the plane and also some other things.
Sir, it's not. First of all, it's not happening with every aircraft every day. So,
Oh,
it for example, there is a stats by FAA, Federal Aviation Administration. It's a
okay.
government body of United States. They states that I've also written in this documentation. Also, you can, if you can scroll up a bit. Yeah, yeah, that's written in the bold. Little bit down, little bit down. Uh, so more down. Okay, you can scroll a bit more. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
this according to the Federal Aviation Administration, over 10,000 bird strike occur each year, averaging to more than 26 hits a day. So you can imagine, it's 26 hits happening every day, every year across so there are like 24,000 airport across the globe, 24,000. So it can happen with any aircraft or airport. Uh, you never know. You never know. So
Yes, yes,
that's
yes.
why so it makes sense that you can deploy this project across the major airports. So there are like 500 major airports across the globe: London Heathrow, Dubai. There, you name it. There are a lot of the major airports where there are like more than one takeoff landing happening every minute. So it makes sense because keeping the bird away from the airfield is a really tedious task, and there are teams that are working 24/7 to do it. Even after that, these hits are happening. So if there is a active vision AI thing that is like monitoring this thing 24/7, then that would be really great.
Hmm. Yep, I think it's a great one for
If
this.
you
Yeah.
can, if anyone watched the Sully movie, in the Sully movie also the same thing happened. The aircraft lost both the engines, and finally they have to ditch it into the Hudson River. If anyone knows Sully movie, it's a very great aviation movie. I must say you should watch. In that movie, the same thing happened. The bird strikes, and they lost both the engine, and ultimately they have to like ditch their aircraft onto the Hudson River. You can search the Sully movie. It's a very famous movie.
Yep, sure. Yeah, we can. Yeah. Either you can put the title on the chat or maybe in the Discord so that we can learn more about that. Right. Yeah.
Correct, sir.
Okay. So is there any more questions from the everyone? Yeah, we can keep the discussion on the Discord. Yeah. So definitely. Yeah. So if yeah, some of you are not there yet, so feel free to join in so that we can continue on the discussion right there. Okay, let me just check. So if there's any last questions for everyone here. Okay, yeah, I think if there's no more questions, yeah, I think thanks everyone for joining in. So let's just continue on the discussion on the Discord so that we hope this sharing by Mr. Suham will be inspiration for all of you and continue on to explore more on this I mean in this field lah, right? So I think it is a very interesting topic about using the technology to solve real life problem. Yeah. So I guess that should be all for right now. So please stay tuned to our community so that we will constantly post for different. We'll be hosting different events and activities so that you can be part of it and yeah, let's learn together.
So
Okay.
thank you
Thank.
for having me here in this webinar. It's really great talking to you all. And sorry for the this type of presentation. I'm not expecting. Actually, due to some work, I have to rush out of my place. And still, I have a great time talking with you all. And thank you, sir, for hosting this. That's
Yep.
really great.
No problem. We will be looking for more sharing from you. Yep. Thank
Definitely, sir.
you.
I'm looking forward to.
Okay. Bye.
Okay.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
sir. Have a great day
Yep.
and great day to you all. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.